Hey everybody, my name is Quinn the GM. Welcome back to the channel. I didn't anticipate making a video today, but here we are. Something really cool just came out, and I wanted to talk a bit about it. D&D Beyond has been releasing a ton of free official D&D 5e content since they were acquired by Wizards of the Coast, and today is no exception. Spelljammer is coming out next month, and I, for one, am quite excited. The box set that is coming out comes with a player's guide, a DM's guide, and an adventure that goes from... oh, my cat just jumped up next to me. Hello, Harry. Apologies for the distraction there. Adventure goes from, I believe, 5th to, I think, 12th level. But this adventure covers 1st level and could be a great introduction to Spelljammer for anybody's D&D party. Particularly, it's called Spelljammer Academy Orientation, and I'm going to go through my thoughts on it and really what I like about it today. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe on some of my recent videos. Something like 99% of my viewers haven't been subscribed, so I would really appreciate it if you did. And yeah, let's get into it. As stated at the top, this is a first-level introductory adventure, and it very much begins with a hot start. For those unfamiliar with that term, there is a great Matt Colville video on the topic, and I would love to recommend it for you guys. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But essentially, that describes the start of a D&D adventure that is just the middle of the action. And this is very much one of those, particularly that you start in a simulation deck where you're training for combat on a Spelljammer ship, which is a great way to start out any Spelljammer adventure, particularly for players like myself or DMs like myself who might not have run the setting before. It's great to have a simulation both in-game and out-of-game to see how things run on a Spelljammer ship. So this simulation goes through, there's text to read through, there are different enemies you can bring in. Essentially just bandits, since it's all first-level characters. This is for 3 to 7 players, so it's a pretty sizable variation you can have there. Looking at this, I would recommend probably fewer players, in that the adventure just seems like it might get a bit clunky anytime you're over 6, but I also think that's the case for nearly every single D&D adventure, homebrew or pre-made. There's a little map with a forecastle here as well, which is quite convenient to have, especially if you're running it online. And my favorite part of this combat encounter is these battle events. You roll a d20 on the start of each player's turn, albeit, again, if you have too many players, I think you might want to reduce that to maybe every other, or maybe you alternate players, and different events can occur, almost like lair actions, but they can affect either the enemies or you in positive or negative ways. There are things like an allied sailor fires an arrow at a reaver. A new astral reaver jumps into an unoccupied space within 30 feet of the character. Loose rigging careens across the deck. Choose a character that they must save it on a DC 10 deck save to grab the ring and be safely flung to an occupied space within 40 feet of their current position. On a failure, they stay where they are and fall prone. I really like this. I think it can create a very dynamic fight. And then following this, you're able to just finish the simulation and begin to explore the Academy proper, which we'll get into now. Another small touch I like through this is all of the official art that is here. This is not for a book or anything, but there's a lot of really great portraits and artwork for the Academy all around. I'll throw some of it out throughout this video, but there is one on screen now. I really like it. Hadozee are just a very favorite ancestry of mine, and yeah, I really like that. Let's go on to Academy Orientation. The middle part of the adventure, it is split into 3 parts here, is by far the largest. Academy Orientation is sort of an exploration phase to this newfound academy that the players are just getting used to, and the players are also likely just getting used to as their adventure has just begun. So there's a map included, which is quite beautiful, as I said, in addition to a variety of orientation tasks. Every area on the map has a security level. I believe there are 5 listed here. Let me scroll to it. Yep. There are 5 security levels, green, which is visitor, red, which is cadet, blue, that is sailor, purple, that is officer, and gold, which is bridge, which is like the leader there. And these different locations each have events tied to them, or tied to most of them. Particularly, there are orientation tasks that players must complete upon getting to the academy for the first time. And these tasks give people a chance to explore the entirety of the deck, of the just school as a whole, and I really enjoy it. Honestly, one thing that I really like about this particular adventure as compared to something like Strixhaven, which is the other Magic School adventure in 5th edition, is that this has options for martial characters. I really don't like that Strixhaven is just spellcasters. It feels pretty limiting to me. And I'd love to just be a fighter or a monk and still be able to do well here. And I really appreciate that. But overall, the Varying security levels add a good degree of flavor to each location and makes the importance of each of them really come off better. And yeah, overall, I really enjoy this section. It's a great kind of sandbox. Players can split up, stick together, and spend time exploring all of this. If I had to guess, all of this adventure combined would probably take up like a session, but it could be a great introductory session for a new group of Spelljammer people. I know I'm going to consider running it when I run a Spelljammer campaign next month. And the final part of the adventure is entitled Intruder Alert. I won't spoil too much in case you decide to run or play this adventure for yourself, but it involves some new special small monsters, which I really enjoy. They seem like a fun stat block and an interesting enemy, and I think it really adds a good layer of like new threat to this adventure, particularly that the first part of this was just a simulation, and now we're getting into the real thing. It could be really nice to have that general transition into more serious stuff that Spelljammer campaigns might see. Overall, I really like this adventure. It's short, it's sweet, and it's free, which is a big plus. I really enjoy how much free stuff Wizards has been putting on D&D Beyond lately. It's been fantastic. They put up the first chapter of Radiant Citadel. They put up Vecna stats. They put up a whole array of Spelljammer monsters, one of which I have a review on the channel. You should check out if you enjoyed this. But yeah, overall, this has been a really cool adventure, and I am heavily considering running this as an introduction to my Spelljammer game in a month or so. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment what you think about this, and what you're most excited for with Spelljammer. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye. Since I mentioned him in the video, I figured I should show my boy here. This is Harry. He's been running around all day, and he's a little tired, but he was snuggling up earlier on. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Harry says thank you for watching as well. Bye-bye.